Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Power Vacuum. I'm your host, Belmont, and I've got an interesting story for today from Games Radar. Marathon is going to be Game of the Year, actor Ben Starr says, because it has Elden Ring, Baldur's Gate 3, and Claire Obscure Expedition 33 award magnet Jennifer English. He makes a compelling point. No, he doesn't. Okay. Before I even dive into the article, having a good voice actor on your game doesn't mean it's going to win an award, because how many award-winning games has Troy Baker voice acted versus how many non-award-winning games has Troy Baker voice acted? A ton in both aspects, but more non-award-winning ones. Like, just having somebody on your team doesn't mean they're going to win an award, especially if they're not a developer, unless it's only awards for voice performances, in which case, but he said Game of the Year. So, like, Baldur's Gate 3, Elden Ring, Claire Obscure, Game of the Year. Is Marathon going to be? No. You want to know why? Nobody's talking about Marathon. And if they are, it's not in a positive respect. It's mostly like it's boring, it's confusing. That's what I've heard about the game. I don't care about extraction shooters or team shooters as much as I used to. But Marathon, if memory serves me correct, uh, its peak game players was less than 100,000, which is crazy because it sold over 1 million units. I remember them announcing that it sold over 1 million, which isn't a lot considering it's a massive AAA undertaking. You need to sell, I think, at least 10 million units to probably be a successful AAA title if you have a massively inflated budget. Like, I don't know how much this game costs to make, but maybe they'll explain it in the article. But I don't know. I haven't heard a lot of good buzz about Marathon, and if you don't hear a lot of buzz about a game, it's not going to win Game of the Year. So I don't know where this guy's coming from just because Jennifer English is on the cast. Let's look at the thing. Elden Ring, tons of buzz. Baldur's Gate 3, tons of buzz. Claire Obscure, tons of buzz. Marathon, eh. But let's get in. Claire Obscure Expedition 33 and Final Fantasy 16 lead Ben Starr says Marathon has a special trick up its sleeve that will nab it Game of the Year. If you think about the three games in recent years that have absolutely demolished the Game of the Year running in their given years, it's Elden Ring, Baldur's Gate 3, and most recently, Claire Obscure. All three of these games have something in common, and not just being fantasy RPGs. No, all three have a prominent role played by Jennifer English, who played Latenna the Albinoric in Elden Ring, Shadowheart and Baldur's Gate, and Mael and Claire Obscure. So naturally, flans. Naturally, fans have dubbed her power the Jennifer English effect and are now looking for more games to see if her luck rubs off on it. Yeah, get out of here. At Emerald City Comic Con 2026, Popverse interviewed some of the cast of Claire Obscure, with English joined by Verso actor Ben Starr and Eliano Baranova, who played multiple characters in the game, as well as motion capture on Baldur's Gate 3. During the panel, host Ashley Robinson explained, "Are you familiar that Reddit has dubbed the Jennifer English effect, a game that creeps up and becomes deeply popular following the release of Claire Obscure?" English, seemingly unfamiliar with her lucky charm status, responded, "That's really nice. What?" Starr, on the other hand, started looking towards this year, saying, "That means Marathon is going to be Game of the Year." The panel took place during the weekend Marathon first debuted in, and while it's not quite lighting the world on fire the same way Claire Obscure did, the Bungie sickos seem to like it. What Bungie sickos? What does that mean? Like, I used to be a huge Bungie fan, but Bungie hasn't been Bungie since like Halo 5. So I don't know what that's referencing. Of course, Mugenics is going to be Game of the Year in the only awards that matter. My choice, but sadly, I think this year's awards are already locked in for GTA 6 unless Rockstar somehow royally messes up with that game. But maybe Ben Starr's prediction will come true if that does happen, even if he seemed to be joking. Oh, he was joking? Okay. Cool. I like how you throw that in at the end as a little CYA or a CH. You cover his ass. Because I don't know if he was joking, but I would have to have been at the panel or seen a video of the panel to hear the tone in his voice. Because if it was a joke, then this whole article was a waste of fucking time. Just a full-blown waste of time. Other than to tell me about the Jennifer English effect from Reddit, which I don't give a shit about. I was just curious as to why somebody would think a game that has almost no buzz and no a very low player count versus sales would be game of the year, because it doesn't line up for what game of the year is. Game of the year isn't just how much it sells, it's like how much impact it has on either culture or the industry. Like, and yeah, if GTA 6 does manage to come out before November or in early November and does manage to be the game that they claim it is, it will most likely be game of the year because it will be a cultural movement, as all major Rockstar releases have been in the past few years. But, well, past decades, I should say. Jesus Christ, Rockstar's taking their sweet time putting out games. But yeah, Marathon's not going to be game of the year. I don't see Marathon winning any awards really. Um, well, no, no, I can't think of any awards that it would win. I was thinking maybe there's an award for like fastest selling to 1 million copies, but I don't even know if that's a thing or if that's just like some dumb fan or like small zine award. But yeah, there you go. Hopefully, this article wasn't a complete waste of time because it kind of feels like it was. Thank you, Ben Starr, for your joke. If it was a joke, I don't think he was joking. I think he honestly believes it. But that's all I have for this article. That's all I have for this video. This is your host, Belmont, signing out.